Okay, just like that, back with another portable Clint. All right, guys, I got a buddy here. He's more like a little brother, even though Eric Edelstein's my little brother technically. But Benny is also a little brother of mine because I'm a little nervous interviewing this guy, and I don't even know why. But let's bring him in here, Bennie Arthur.
Hi.
Hey, look at Bennie Arthur.
Yeah.
Right here.
I'm a 42-year-old little brother.
Benny, thank you for doing my show. Finally, I asked this dude so long ago. He kept blowing me off.
Well, we've been trying to hammer out the contracts.
Well, and thank God we got some good lawyers who figured it all out.
Yeah.
Bennie Arthur, get in here, dude. Look how there you are. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
Benny, you scoot it all the way up. Scoot all the way up, dude.
Yeah.
Look at your hat. What does your hat stand for?
Actually, my girlfriend got me this hat.
Okay.
I love baseball, so I get a lot of hats off of Ebbets Flannel online, and she found this hat. This is the Clearing ? Their real name. Clearing is a town outside of Chicago, and I think they were only around for 2 years. And all they know about them were that they were the question marks and their team colors.
Okay, thanks, Benny.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. Whew.
People think that's a Riddler's hat.
Yeah, I bet they do, Benny. What jacket are you wearing, Benny? Look at this. Hey, guys, here's what he's known for. Benny, how often do you wear that sweat jacket, dude?
All the time. It's a very comfortable hoodie.
Okay, but Benny, tell me, and how often do people look at that and go, hey, are you the dude on Drunk History? Does that happen?
Well, they're fans of the show.
Benny, scoot all the way up, dude.
Yeah,
Why are you way back there? Get over there, dude.
Sorry. No, they're fans of the show.
Okay, but has that happened, though? They saw the sweatshirt first and then did the math and go, hey, you're the dude.
They see the sweatshirt first, and then they're like, oh, yeah, are you in that show or, like, work on that show? And then I explain, yeah, I'm part of the ensemble cast. And then they're like, so you get drunk? And then I go, no, I don't get drunk.
But do you get drunk, though, in real life?
In real life, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I've gotten drunk.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Benny, but do you wear that specifically to parties to kind of help be an icebreaker? It's okay to say yes, Benny.
I kind of wear it because it's comfortable.
Okay.
I try not to be like, hey, I'm on Drunk History.
Okay. Is that your only Drunk History apparel?
No.
What else do you have, Benny?
I have a Drunk History Leatherman jacket.
Okay.
I have a Drunk History backpack.
Okay.
I have a Drunk History baseball jersey. I have many Drunk History hats.
Okay.
I have a Drunk History flask.
I do too. I have the flask. Oh, I have two of them.
Okay.
Are you talking about the little flask kit?
Yeah, the little flask kit.
Yeah.
And also
the glass and the shot glass.
Yeah, which Ellie and AJ got.
Right.
Your kids.
Yeah, my kids.
So,
hey,
yeah.
Benny, and so do you try to wear apparel a day? I'm being serious. I'm not making fun. I'm being serious.
Well, I wear this a lot because it's a very comfortable hoodie.
And wait, if I'm not mistaken, your girlfriend has one, Benny?
Yes, she does.
Do y'all go out both wearing them?
We have, yes.
And
we're trying to get the word out there that, hey, there's this like up and coming show called Drunk History.
Derek, are you familiar with this?
Derek, yeah.
I mean, does he know that you wear it every day? I'm kidding. I'm
not sure if he knows.
Okay, listen. All right. First of all, I'm just joking around. I'm not joking around. I'm not because, hey, dude, if I was a part of something,
I'd want me to talk to Derek, see if you can get Drunk History jacket?
No. I'm sure you and your family has them all. So thank you, though, Benny.
Yeah. My dad has
I know. I'm kidding, Benny.
My...
Listen. Okay, Benny, when did you move out here?
I moved out here in 2001.
Why did you move out here?
I moved down here to be a comedian and an actor.
Okay, let me back up a little more. Tell me the day you decided to do this. I mean, was there a movie? What was it for you to start doing the math? Okay, I need to go to Hollywood.
Honestly, I was after college. I majored in communication studies, and which is basically a useless major.
Okay.
But and so I got a job in Richmond, Virginia, working at a news station.
Which news station, Benny?
The NBC station.
Okay.
Channel 12.
Okay.
Spreading Esquire, Gene Cox.
Okay.
So they were the anchors.
Oh,
but
sure.
I do legit remember one night I was driving home from work, and
Benny's making a point by doing this.
yes, point. No, I was driving home from work, and I had a bad night at work, and I just really didn't. I was down on myself, and I was 24 at the time.
Okay.
And I remember having the thought, like, you know what? I could, in 6 years, I'm going to be 30. I could be 30 in Richmond, Virginia, working for a news station that I hate.
Okay.
Or I could be 30 living in Los Angeles trying to be a comedian.
Okay.
And so literally 2 days after that, I put in my 2 weeks. I told my parents that I was moving to Los Angeles.
Okay, what did they say when you told them?
My mom did not want me to go.
Okay. What was her concerns?
That I'm an only child, and that would be on the other side of the country.
Sure, yeah, okay.
My dad was trying to be supportive, but I don't think my dad wanted me to leave either.
Yeah.
And so, so I put in my 2 weeks, did the 2 weeks, and then went back home. I'm not from Richmond. I'm from a little small town 2 hours west of Richmond. So I went back home, packed up what I wanted to bring with me, got them a Ford Escort.
Ford Escort, and that's the one. Is that the one you still have?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because we shot a video one time, you and your Ford Escort or something. Don't you have a video on YouTube about your Ford Escort?
Ford Focus.
Ford Focus.
So and so like I drove across the country in my Escort and moved out here, and I stayed on a friend's couch for a week, and then
who was your friend?
This lady named Leslie.
Wait a second, that's my wife's name.
It's,
Wait a second, Benny.
Yeah, you don't remember me sleeping on your couch when I first moved here?
No, Benny. Okay, wait, how do you have a friend named Leslie, and how come I've never heard of your friend named Leslie before?
Well, weird story. Okay.
Okay.
Like we knew each other in college.
Leslie, you and Leslie, okay.
Well, in college, I went to Virginia Tech, and so for the campus TV station, me and my friends did a sketch show, right?
Okay.
And she
what was your troupe name?
It was called Ground Zero.
Okay.
It was before, you know.
Sure.
So yeah.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but. Anyway, I asked Leslie. She was living out here working as a location scout.
That's where people go around checking out places to film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good industry
Thanks,
knowledge.
man. Thank you. Well, you just never know if some guy named Pete is watching, and Pete in Nebraska may be wondering what the scout is. But go ahead.
Hey, Pete in Nebraska. So thank you for watching.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Go
Benny.
Cornhuskers. So I slept on their couch for a week. She kind of came to me one day and asked, "So can you be out by Monday?"
Wait. Why did she ask you to leave, Benny?
She was kind of having a little fling with her roommate.
But not you, a different roommate.
Yeah, different roommate.
Okay.
A dude that was living there.
Do you think the dude said, "Hey, Leslie, you need to tell Benny to leave"? Do you think that happened?
I think so.
Okay, so you leave.
I think the dude was like, "Hey, this guy's sleeping on your couch, needs to get out of here."
Yeah. Okay. So Benny, So you
Yeah.
leave. Where do you go? Where does Bennie Arthur go being kicked out?
Well, I joined Westside Rentals.
Okay.
And I was looking for basically anything.
Pete, Westside Rentals is a website
Yeah.
where you can find a place to live.
Yeah, so if you ever move out here, Pete, just go to Westside Rentals.
Okay, come on, Bennie. It's time to get serious, man. This is a serious interview.
So I went to Westside Rentals. I joined, and I basically got stuck in a kind of a crappy apartment in Pasadena, because I didn't have a job. I only had a certain amount of money saved up. So,
Did your parents give you any money?
They helped me out.
Okay,
But
all right.
also I saved money up from working in Richmond.
At NBC.
Yeah, NBC. Sprint Squire Gene Cox.
Okay, go ahead, Bennie.
Yeah. Jim Duncan on weather.
Okay.
And Ben Hamlin on sports.
Okay, Bennie, let's go, Bennie. What happens when you get kicked out? So you go to Pasadena
I live in a crappy apartment in Pasadena.
by yourself?
By myself.
For how long?
For a year and a half.
Okay.
I joined the Growlings.
Was that the best thing you ever did out here?
Yeah, it was. It definitely got me, on the path of where I am. It was before I moved out here. It was between here, New York, or Chicago, and Chicago across the second city. And then my friend who I worked with at the time, he said, "Hey, you know how much you like Will Ferrell?"
Do you like Will Ferrell, Bennie?
Yeah, I do like Will Ferrell.
Okay.
And also he said, and you like Phil Hartman. Well, they trained at this place called the Growlings. And so I legit had in my head, like, hey, I'll just go out there and start at the Growlings and
Sure.
see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Bennie, when do things start happening for you out here? By the way, wait, before you answer that question, I just want to let everybody know. I want to let Pete know, too, that Bennie Arthur is one of the best yes-anders anyone out here has ever seen. I mean, he will go along with any joke you throw out there, and everyone knows this, and everyone in Hollywood loves Bennie Arthur. But continue, Bennie. Continue with...
Actually, for basic class, which was the first level of the Growlings, my teacher, Ted Michaels...
Hey, easy with the names, okay? I gotta get. They have to sign off before they say the name.
Okay, well, we'll send
I'm
something
kidding, Bennie.
over
Go ahead.
to Ted.
Okay, tell me about Ted.
Well, when you last day of class, you have to meet with your teacher, and this guy who was friends with at the time went in for his evaluation. Then he came out and said, "Congratulations, you passed." And I was like, "What? How you know?" And then he said, "Ted told me that I was the second best yes-ander in the class behind Bennie. So I passed, which means you passed."
Right. Wow.
So I kind of went in there like, sweet, I passed.
Hey, guys, Pete, let me tell you something. You know what a yes-ander is? So, hey, Bennie, let's go after this. Let's go rob a bank.
Yes, I would love to rob a bank.
Okay.
That way I can pay my rent.
So, okay. All right. Well, see? Okay. That's good, Bennie.
I've seen Bonnie and Clyde.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So, Bennie, you do that. You pass. You get in.
Yeah.
When do you start working as an actor?
Oh, a long time after that, Clint.
Okay. Well, let's talk. But you do a lot of other, when I say work, I'm not technically meaning getting paid or anything like that, but
Yeah.
you do start performing.
Well, I started doing stand-up. I did extra work for a long time.
Let's talk about your extra work, because you did something really funny with your extra work.
Yes.
Bennie Arthur, you went and collected all of your old extra scenes from TV shows,
Yeah.
and you presented it as your demo reel.
Yes.
Is that still up online, Bennie Arthur?
I know that's not up on Funny or Die. It used to be up on Funny or Die, but it's still up on Vimeo.
Why don't you have it on YouTube?
It should be. It might be on YouTube.
Okay, it's a very funny video.
Thank you. Yeah, I was a regular extra on the Gilmore Girls, and I'm regularly seen in season 2 in the background.
That's
as
awesome,
a
Benny.
Chilton High School kid.
Did you ever get close to being bumped up to a, what do you call it, to a principal role?
Yes, I did.
Tell us
actually.
about that, Benny.
Yeah, so a lot of times, Pete in Nebraska, a lot of times to get into the union, people do extra work to try to get SAG vouchers, right?
And you need 3 SAG vouchers to get in the union, right?
Yeah.
And is that
Yeah.
how you got in?
No,
Okay,
I
go
got
ahead.
Taft-Hartley. No,
Okay.
but not to brag.
Well, apparently you are, but go ahead, Benny.
No, so one day they were doing a Romeo and Juliet episode of Gilmore Girls, and they were doing different versions of Romeo and Juliet, and so they needed 2 people, a guy and a girl, who could fit into the Star Trek outfits to basically be Star Trek Romeo and Juliet. And so
Okay.
they had a bunch of skinny extras, including myself, try on these spandex Star Trek outfits. And me and this other girl were the skinniest people there who could fit in them. And so they call it Central Casting.
Is that who you're with? Central? Did you? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was with Central Casting. And so basically they got back to me and said, okay, you'll be working for 2 days with the 2 SAG vouchers as Star Trek Romeo, right?
Right.
And so I'm like, sweet. And so I show up. Gilmore Girls was filmed at Warner Brothers, so I showed up at Warner Brothers and go through security. They didn't have my name. And
Okay.
so I had to call Central Casting.
Okay.
And
I'm
yeah.
Yeah, and that's a pain. That's a pain when your name's not on the list.
Yeah, it's a pain. Also, too, it's an added pain when you're thinking that you're going to get some SAG vouchers.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't. Okay. So what was the outcome to that, Benny?
So I talked to the guy who did Gilmore Girls for Central Casting. He said that he didn't know what happened, but
Okay.
he could get me in, but I would. He wasn't sure if he could give me a SAG voucher, and so
Benny, we're all wondering, did you get the SAG vouchers?
I did not get the SAG vouchers.
Okay, Benny. Okay,
Yes.
we move on from that story. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get your SAG card?
Well, I did improv also at this place called the Empty Stage, which
I bet.
Yeah, it was empty. No, but it's no longer there. It was in Westwood.
Okay.
Right.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Kind of surprising. Place called Empty Stage is no longer there.
Okay.
So, this guy came up to me afterwards, and he asked me what kind of accent I had, right? And he asked me where I was from, and then it was like, is that an authentic Southern accent? I was like, I guess so. And then he asked me if I knew what Taft-Hartley was, and I said, yeah. And
He trying to pick up on you, Benny?
I think so. So, he was shooting an industrial.
I bet.
Yeah, he was shooting an industrial for the Lincoln Library. Right?
Okay, yeah.
I guess he was looking for someone to be in the industrial who had an authentic Southern accent.
Okay. Okay.
And I mean, Hollywood, you know.
So, the long and short of it, you got your SAG card, right?
Yeah, I got my Taft-Hartley playing a.
Benny, I don't want to hear about it. I gotta let's keep it clean, Benny. Let's keep it clean.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have your SAG card, and you ready
Yes.
to take on Hollywood?
Yes.
What's the first thing you booked being a SAG member?
It was a long time before I really booked anything else.
Okay.
So, I did a lot of stand-up. I got a I also got involved at the iOS. I was in this show called Top Story Weekly.
Okay.
So as a writer, performer, and then finally,
okay.
Ben Hoffman comes
Ben
along.
Hoffman, a good buddy of ours.
Yeah, a good buddy of ours.
Also, AKA Wheeler Walker Jr.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so, well, the Ben Show and Drunk History kind of happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Ben Hoffman comes along, and also another friend of ours, Craig Anstead, was. I'm sorry that I gave Craig a shout out.
Yeah, do not do that. Okay. Go ahead.
But they were writing a sketch about it was Don't Text and Drive.
Yeah.
Parody.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome. And this is still online. You can still see this one.
Yeah, it's
On
still
YouTube?
online. Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on
And how
YouTube.
do I find out? How can they find it?
Well, the Ben Show last text message.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait. Now tell them what it's about, as you were.
So I play a guy who's in a wheelchair talking about the last text that's sent out before a car crash. And my buddy Craig is trying to get me to go to a party because at this party there are a bunch of titties there.
Benny, go ahead.
That's in the sketch.
Okay, go ahead, Benny.
And so, anyway, I'm very excited because my character wants to be the mayor of Titty City. And then I didn't make it to the party.
Okay. All right. Watch the video. Okay.
Yeah,
So you do that,
a-
Benny. You
yeah.
do that, and then comes Drunk History. When do you get
Yeah.
the Drunk History phone call?
Well, okay, years ago, because I kind of want to talk about like how me and Derek
Sure.
met,
Yeah, go
because
ahead,
it's
man.
kind of a cool story.
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Like years ago, Derek
Waters,
Derek Waters,
our other brother.
Yeah, our other brother saw me. Well, came to a show that I was in, and where I was doing this sketch, right?
Right.
And then he read the sketch beforehand, right? Because a friend of his was in the sketch.
Who was the friend?
I'm not. I can't remember.
Leslie?
Yes, it was Leslie.
Okay, go ahead.
And he thought that was the worst sketch ever. And then like I get on stage, and then he was like, okay, that's funny. And then we met backstage. And then the other version of how we met is another mutual friend, Michael Hughes.
Mike Hughes.
Mike Hughes, one night at the iOS, was like, you two should be best friends, and we exchanged numbers, and then we lived near each other, and a lot of times we would text each other Karate Kid quotes and stuff like that, and that kind of.
Wouldn't you say you're still that you're still texting stuff like that today?
Oh yeah, yeah, they're just texting me.
No, but I'm serious. But I mean,
Yeah,
we
I'm-
all still text goofy things like that.
Oh yeah,
still
yeah,
to
yeah.
each other.
Yeah. But anyway, like me and Derek just, became really good friends.
You guys also have a funny video playing brothers or something while
Yes.
Derek is laying on the floor.
Yeah. How was the internet today, Benny?
That is so funny, man.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Benny, tell me about how the phone call from Drunk History got started for you. Because it's been a great gig for you.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
I mean, he's
yeah.
wearing the sweatshirt for
Yeah,
it.
I have all this Drunk History swag.
Okay, but go ahead, tell us though. I mean, seriously, on a serious note, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you get to do something that so many people from coast to coast would line up for.
Yeah, I'm very, very lucky.
Okay, so tell me how it started, please.
So Pete in Nebraska. What? So anyway, I had a really bad commercial audition at Ocean Park.
Okay, like we all do.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we all do. And I literally just got in my car.
Okay.
And I get a phone call from Derek. right?
Yeah.
And Derek explained to me that Drunk History got a pilot presentation deal through Comedy Central. And then because it started online, you know?
Yeah.
And so he asked me, how would you like to be in the scene with Winona Ryder on Friday?
And your mind was blown, right?
Yeah,
Benny?
I was blown. I was like, yes. And so I obviously immediately said yes. You know, he said that wasn't for much money because it was a pilot presentation, right? And so I drove out to the Disney Ranch in Santa Clarita.
Me and my whole family filmed that also as well.
Yeah,
The fire
yeah.
scene. Yeah. So go ahead.
All of us were in
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Derek
yeah.
was in
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
you know,
Derek's
so-
awesome that way. Go ahead.
Yeah, Derek's awesome. And so I arrived to set super early because I'm super excited.
Sure,
I'm also
sure.
very nervous. And there were only 2 other people there waiting for shuttles to get to set when I got there.
Okay, who were they?
Winona Ryder and her assistant. And so, like, it's just me, Winona Ryder, and her assistant getting into this shuttle to get to set. And Winona Ryder is nervous. And she's talking to me about, like, how she's nervous. And I'm, like, thinking, I think it'll be okay, Winona Ryder. You know? And
this is big for you, Benny, because you love everything 80s, right?
Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So Derek could not have picked a better person to be a part of this whole thing than you.
yeah. And
Okay.
I was geeking out hard.
Sure.
And because we were in the shuttle, and I wasn't sure if I would ever get another chance to say this to Winona Ryder. So I told her that Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies.
I'm sure she's never heard this, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure she never heard that. She was like, Beetle what?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that film. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Benny. So what does she say? What does she pretend to say nicely? Go ahead.
She loved it, and then she talked about how cool it was that kids nowadays come up to her at the airport and love Beetlejuice because their parents, people our age, show them Beetlejuice.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay, so Benny, so you do that. Anything else about that day? I mean, I don't need detail by detail, but anything big that you want to share with Pete?
Pete, Winona Ryder at the end of the day did say goodbye to me.
Okay, and you loved that, right, Benny?
Yes, I loved it.
Okay, so the show gets picked up. That was just a pilot presentation. If show gets picked up, then you get the phone call. Hey, we need you to be one of the guys.
Yeah.
Did you realize it would turn into, how many episodes have you done now?
I think we've done 64.
64.
Because we looked it up on IMDb just
Yeah, we
before
did. We
this.
did. And so, Benny, you've worked with so many celebrities. I'm not going to get into the worst or best ones, but who was your favorite? I mean, who was the one where you were literally freaking out more than Winona Ryder?
When I got to play Weird Al Yankovic's son.
Really?
Yes.
That was it? That was the...
I mean, there have been so many.
I know,
it's
I
hard
know.
to narrow down, but like Taron Killam is always awesome.
Yeah.
Jason Ritter is always
awesome.
super awesome.
Yep.
When I was a kid, like I loved Weird Al, and so like Weird Al did the second season, and because of when my call time was, I wasn't able to meet him.
Yeah.
And it was like a huge, like, oh man, I didn't get to meet Weird Al.
Yeah.
And then I think it was season 5, I played his son, and like I was just freaking out, like, oh my god, I'm Weird Al's son. But yeah, like Henry Winkler was
awesome.
Another big one. You know.
So Benny, will you keep doing this show forever as long as they keep inviting you back? Would you ever just turn it down because you've had enough?
I would do it forever.
Okay.
If, like, Yeah.
I mean, 'cause it
Derek and
seems-
Jeremy and Comedy Central wanna do it forever.
You would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, because Benny, because when I go to the set, you look like you're always having the funnest time in the world. Like it never seems like work
no,
to
it's
you,
not.
does it? Yeah.
No.
Okay,
It's by far the best job I've ever had.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Benny, is there anything else I need to know about you?
Anything else?
Yeah, that I need to know about you. Because we're at the 30-minute mark now, Benny.
Okay, I've also done some voiceover
Well,
work.
let me hear about that. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Okay.
So you do the Ben Hoffman show,
Yeah.
and then you do Drunk History. But between
Yes.
there, you've got a. Is it a gig that's still on the air right now?
Nah, unfortunately not.
Okay, but that's fine. It
But-
was, what's the title of it? Pickle and Peanut?
Pickle and Peanut.
Okay.
It was on Disney XD. I played a recurring character called Spectacular Donkey.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get more into voiceover because I like voiceover a lot.
Sure, yeah.
And also, like I'm sure Pete from Nebraska can tell, I do have a speech impediment, which I try to, use to my advantage.
Well, Benny, that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
I'm bald, and that's who they look for, bald people. So whatever
You
your
have
thing
this
is,
hat on.
I know it, right? Look at that.
Okay.
See? But
Yeah.
I use what God gave me.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us stand out.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it that you use it to stand out. That's great, Benny.
I try because not to get like too personal, but yeah, it definitely was not cool growing up sounding different than all the other kids because like a lot of people just always ask me, so where are you from? Oh, okay, you're from Virginia, you're from the South. It's like, no, I still sound weird back there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's not. I don't just have a southern accent. Like I just have a speech impediment.
Well, Benny, I would not change a single thing about you, dude. You are so well loved here in Hollywood, dude. Everybody knows you. Everybody remembers you, and like I said, everybody loves you.
Huh. Well,
So,
thank you, Clint.
yeah,
Everyone
Benny.
loves you.
Please, Benny, do me a favor. Anything else I need to know about? I'm about to shut it off, Benny. Get it in.
Pete from Nebraska, go Cornhuskers. Hope you guys win the Big 12
Benny.
football
Benny, say bye.
championship.
Say bye, Benny.
Goodbye.